Black Mupp was born in the yard of Toske from Serbia, in September 1997. His sire Dingo was imported from K. Wood from the States, and he was mostly from rascal blood. Dingo was Toske'S late when he was 6 years old, and he showed to have a hard mouth and excellent style for shoulders, but he refused to scratch even when he wasn't damaged. He just stood in his corner and looked totally uninterested to fight. Even so, Toske decided to breed him and believed he should throw something good. He bred him to Psycho, which was from Rudinjik country boys bloodlines, and from that litter came out ex-grand champion Black Mupp and Psycho Kennels Championshilla. Black Mupp started at a young age, and also his schooling started very early. He was rolled for the first time when he was only 6 months old, just for a couple of minutes. He killed his first opponent when he was 9 months old, and after that he silenced many dogs. His first contracted match was when he was only 20 months old. The opponent was Saki and Ljaban's Tito at 19, 5 kilograms, 43 pounds. Black Mupp demolished him badly, showing his devastating mouth and great finish in backhand. It was all over in 28 minutes, and Tito was victim number 1. It was on May 29, 1999. His second match was set for October 30, 1999, and the opponent was Zoraja and Polier's Carlos at 19, 3 kilograms. Black Mupp did it again. He needed only few minutes to crash his opponent with his hard bite. Carlos was looking for a way to go away, but it was over in 10 minutes. Carlos was victim number 2. After those 2 kills, all dogmen talked about Black Mupp. He was a freak of nature, and Gameness magazine awarded him with the title of Dog of the Year 1999. His reputation was high in the sky. For his championship title, Black Mupp was contracted to go into a dog from Hungary. His name was Sebastiansroll La Buffy. Match was set for April 22, 2000 at 19, 3 kilograms pit weight. Buffy was a very strong head dog who kept off Black Mupp for the first 15 minutes, but after that Mupp hit the backhand and stayed there. At 31 minutes Buffy was not able to scratch, and Mupp was a champion. Buffy was the first who survived meeting Mupp. His fourth opponent was a dog from Croatia. His name was Pepito, and he was owned and conditioned by Outsider Kennels. Match was held in October 2000 in Bosnia, and referee was Zoran Zelenovic. Both dogs hit the backhand, but after few minutes it was easy to see who had more mouth there. Mupp literally tore apart Pepito, and he was picked up at 22 minutes and gave a very game courtesy scrat. Pepito died 1 hour after that match, and he was victim number 3. For his 5-match champion, Black Mupp was contracted into Lazaca's Carlos, who has won before over the well-known Perez Silver. Weight was contracted at 19 feet 7 inches kg, and match was held in Serbia. Carlos was a good defensive head dog, and he managed to keep off Black Mupp for the first 10 minutes. But after that it was Mupp all the way, and Carlos couldn't do anything about it. Mupp shook him all over the ring, and Carlos ended his life there after 30 minutes, victim number 4, and Mupp won Grand Championship. There was no other dog who won so impressively in all of his 5 wins. Everybody wanted to have a dog like Grand Champion Black Mupp, a Black Death. But his owner Toske still wanted to match him for a big bet, and finally the challenge came from Pura with his Silver dog. Toske was sure his Mupp would silence Silver, who already lost to Lazaca's Carlos. Before that, Silver had won over Montenegro Kennels Grand Champion Joker. Match was set at 19, 5 kilograms for a huge bet, in October 2001. Everybody talked about that match, and nobody believed that Mupp could lose there. But Silver shocked everybody. He took heavy beating by Black Mupp, survived Black Death, and managed to stay alive. He was on Mupp's head all the time, pushing him down. This tactic showed its results after 40 minutes when Mupp looked very tired, but he was still chasing chest and backhand. Silver neutralized all Mupp's efforts, and at 1 hour 40 minutes Mupp scratched near Silver where he was counted out. The fact is that there was a big picture on the wall where Mupp scratched. Also, Mupp's head was very damaged and his eyes were almost closed, so he wasn't able to see clearly. In any case, he was counted out there, and he lost his Grand Championship title. Toske wanted to scratch him again, just to see if he wanted to scratch after clearing his ire better. This time Mupp scratched back into Silver like a rocker, showing that he was a game dog. Many people said that he was a cur and that Mupp quit out there. No, that is not truth. He lost fair and square against Silver, but with his second scratch he showed that he would scratch into Silver if he had clear sight. He was a game dog, and for sure he was one of most devastating dogs of modern times. Champion Black Mupp sired Toske'S champion Black Denny 4XW and many other good winners, even if he was not bred so many times. He died in April 2004 of kidney failure. I also found extra information about Black Mupp from a sir who knew him very well. What can I tell about Mupp? Fight is postponed 3 times. Mupp had owner who is not so good as some others. He feed dog with a meat pie, then he put 20 to 30 kilograms chains on him to pull 1 hours, thram mill, spring pull, everything in one day. It was molesting of the dog basically. Fight was postponed 3 times and Mupp start with training, stop with training. Dog was overworked. Then fight was again on less than 2-week notice. Still, in fight, Mupp completely dominated. People say Silver stopped his offensive style. No, he isn't. Mupp did had a hold of Silver. He opened his chest inside 10 minutes. At first scrick, Silver got free of Purr and bite Mupp and make a cut on eye. They separate him for 10 seconds. After 30 minutes eye got swollen and Silver worked other eye and Mupp was blind on scratch. He didn't stop. He was counted. Silver made scratch and then they put him up again. This time, he knew where Silver is and we did scratch. Purr made fouled and last scratch of Silver also, so 2 fouls in a fight. Silver was ace, top class, and he could match anybody. Mupp want a dog, he want an animal, he was a monster. I think no dog can beat him when he is in good hands and on 100%. He is something like God in this. Even on that day, in such conditions, I don't think any other dog could beat him besides Silver. I even believe Silver wouldn't beat him in same conditions another match. It was just a lucky cut above the eye. It happens. Owner of Mupp didn't ask for fouls. He wasn't a good handler or owner or conditioner. He just had luck to get such freak. He was also pride. I am sure that even if he knew how to ask foul, he wouldn't do it cause he wouldn't want to win like that. Mupp fought against Silver, against Golden King and against his own owner. And even with this, 1 foul and bad luck was needed to be defeated.